Hey guys, it's Max Steinberg, the Lineup Lab. I'm just going to take the opportunity for a few minutes to show you how I use Football Outsiders and Pro Football Focus to help me make a few picks every week and try to get creative with some of the statistics that they have. So I'm going to dive into it right here. So Football Outsiders actually does this evaluation of how well teams do against deep passes and how well teams do against short passes. So what I was looking for is teams that have a big discrepancy. So basically, is there a team that does really well against deep passes but poorly against short passes or vice versa? And see if there's some matchups we can exploit using these statistics. So I found two that I really like. So first off, we're going to go to San Francisco. So San Francisco is 15th against the deep ball, which is middle of the pack, but they're 31st against short passes. They face Arizona this week, and so I'm looking for a player in Arizona that maybe can exploit this weakness against short passes. So what I did is I went to Pro Football Focus and I looked for Arizona wide receivers who have a small aDOT. So aDOT, it stands for average depth of target, and what it basically means is how far down the field is this wide receiver before the ball gets thrown to him. So if you look at their wide receivers, John Brown has a 14-yard aDOT, which is pretty high, and Michael Floyd has an 18-yard aDOT, which is one of the highest in football. So what this suggests is they're both sort of deep pass wide receivers, which makes sense. John Brown's a speedster, and Michael Floyd, we see, gets the ball thrown to him downfield quite a bit. Larry Fitzgerald, on the other hand, only has a 10.1-yard aDOT, which is pretty short. It's definitely below average. And so I think that the San Francisco matchup actually bodes really well for Fitzgerald because he does get a lot of short passes thrown to him, and if Football Outsiders statistics are correct, San Francisco is going to really struggle against him. Another team that struggles against short passes but does well against deep balls is Oakland. They're third against the deep ball, but 30th against short passes. So they're facing Tennessee this week. So I decided to look at the Tennessee receivers and see if any of them have lower than normal aDOTs. Sadly, the wide receivers don't. Justin Hunter and Harry Douglas kind of do, but they're both basically unplayable for fantasy purposes. And Dorial Green-Beckham and Kendall Wright, the only people we would consider in this lineup, have aDOTs that are on the higher side. But if we go to tight ends, we see Delaney Walker, who has a 9.2 aDOT. So it does seem like he gets shorter passes than normal, which bodes well against the Oakland D. And Delaney Walker obviously was already on our radar because he's been really hot lately. And he's facing Oakland, who has been bad against the tight end this season. So I think with this third thing also in Walker's favor, it just makes him more of a slam dunk for me than he was before I noticed this. So Larry Fitzgerald and Delaney Walker, I like them quite a bit before I discovered the stat. I like them a little bit more now, and I recommend them in your fantasy lineups in Week 12. So I hope you enjoyed this little series just showing you the statistics, and good luck with your lineups this week.